Okay, let's just think about this for a second. In a region where conflict is boiling over and major shipping lanes are getting squeezed, you'd think Egypt's economy would be taking a massive hit. I mean, the Suez Canal, a literal pipeline of dollars for the country, was in trouble. But the numbers we're seeing tell a completely different and kind of shocking story. Let's get into what's really going on here.
So this is the big mystery we're unpacking today. How on earth did Egypt pull off this incredible growth? It seems to fly in the face of all logic, right? You've got chaos next door, and your most famous waterway is losing money hand over fist. So where did this unexpected economic muscle really come from?
And just to really understand the hole they were in, look at this number. We're talking about a loss of nearly $800 million a month from the Suez Canal alone. That's according to the Egyptian president himself. I mean, that is a staggering blow no matter how you slice it.
And yet, here's the paradox in a single figure. In the middle of all that, Egypt's economy grew by 5.3% in the first quarter of their fiscal year. This wasn't just a little bit of growth, it was their best performance in over 2 years. It just completely blew all the pessimistic forecasts out of the water.
So if it wasn't just some lucky fluke, what was the real engine driving all this? Let's peel back the layers and find out, because the answer is probably not what you think.
Now, the first thing a lot of people might assume is, oh, it must be oil and gas, right? Well, nope. What's so fascinating here is that the extraction sector was actually shrinking, and that tells us something really important. This economic boom came from people making things, from productive sectors, not just from pulling resources out of the sand.
And this chart just lays it all out beautifully. It wasn't one silver bullet. It was a bunch of different engines all firing at once. Just look at this. Non-oil manufacturing up 14.5%. IT and telecom also up 14.5%, thanks to that big digital push. And tourism, which brings in those quick dollars, was right there with a 13.8% jump. That's what a diversified economy looks like in action.
And to make it even more real, check out these specific sectors. We're talking about a 25% spike in exports for ready-made garments and processed foods, a massive 30% surge. This isn't just numbers on a spreadsheet. This is real stuff being made and sold, which is fantastic for the economy and the currency.
So all this industrial energy had a huge knock-on effect on the country's trade balance. Let's look at how Egypt started to win that all-important battle for the dollar, not by borrowing it, but by earning it.
The numbers here are just crystal clear. Non-oil exports jumped a whopping 17% in 1 year, hitting almost $49 billion. That's a huge leap, and it's proof positive that all those productive sectors we just talked about were finding new customers all over the world.
Now, here's the really crucial part. While their exports were going through the roof, their imports didn't follow. They only went up a little bit. That, my friends, is the absolute perfect recipe for a healthy economy. You're earning way more than you're spending.
And the result of all that hard work? Exactly what you'd hope for. The trade deficit, that gap between what you buy and what you sell, shrank by 9%. That means the country is getting stronger, more self-reliant, and less shaky when it comes to outside financial pressures.
Then there's this number, which was a total game changer: gold. Exports of gold alone hit $7.6 billion. That's more than double the year before. I mean, wow, it's a historic jump and shows they're getting smart about diversifying into things that bring in hard currency, and fast.
But as great as the export story is, it's still only part of the picture. The one thing, the single biggest event that poured rocket fuel on this whole situation was a massive, almost unbelievable wave of foreign investment.
$35 billion. This was the headline that everyone was talking about. A deal with the UAE to develop the Ras El Hekma region. To say this was a huge cash injection is the understatement of the year. It's one of the biggest deals of its kind in Egypt's entire modern history. But look, this deal was so much more than just the money. It was seen as this powerful international certificate of confidence. At a time of so much uncertainty, it was a massive signal to the rest of the world that a major global player was betting big on Egypt's future. That kind of thing is priceless. And let's not forget the unsung hero of the Egyptian economy, remittances. The money sent home by Egyptians working overseas came roaring back, hitting nearly $33 billion. It's this quiet, steady flow of cash that, when you add it to the huge investment and the strong exports, creates one heck of a strong economic shield.
So, We've seen how this economic turnaround was put together piece by piece. But now for the million-dollar question. Is this a sustainable miracle, or are there some serious long-term challenges hiding in the shadows?
So let's just do a quick recap of the winning formula. You had a strong, diverse economic engine, powered by manufacturing and tech. That created a huge export boom that helped fix the trade balance. And all of that was supercharged by that monster investment deal from the UAE and a big comeback in remittances.
But, we have to be realistic here. The IMF is still pointing out some serious risks. They're talking about high public debt, the need for more reforms, and other deep-seated challenges. Because look, achieving one strong quarter is one thing. Building a strong economy for the long haul, that's the real test. And so that's where we leave it. What Egypt has pulled off is, honestly, pretty remarkable, especially given the circumstances. But the big question that hangs over everything is this: can they turn this incredible short-term momentum into a future of real sustainable growth? Or will all the pressures, both at home and in the region, eventually catch up? We'll have to wait and see.